This is NBC Miami at 5.
Good evening, everyone. Off the top tonight, a man says he's the victim of excessive force by Miami Beach police officers, and this is proof. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jackie Nesbral. Kevin has the night off. He says he was beaten and tasered outside of a nightclub, and while it happened over a year ago, he says he's not giving up for justice. Ari Adzer has more for us live with more on this story.
Well, Jackie, the proof may or may not be on the tape. Now, look carefully at the video we're about to show you. It's dark, but you can clearly make out that there's a man lying on the sidewalk begging for mercy from a couple of Miami Beach police officers who were standing over him. You can also clearly hear at one point the man who shot the video saying, "This is police brutality." That doesn't, of course, mean that it is. As a matter of fact, the Miami Beach Police Department has cleared both of these officers, saying they both acted professionally throughout this incident.
No one deserves that kind of treatment.
You didn't hit them, you didn't strike at them, you didn't threaten them.
Never raised my finger.
Jeffrey Allen says he's the man on the ground in the YouTube video, shot by a college student who just happened to be walking by that night on Collins Avenue.
I was on the ground, on my stomach, begging them to stop tasing me.
You can see the officer kicking my client after my client had been tased, after my client was laying there crying and screaming for them to stop hitting him and stop putting their knee in his back. They decided to kick him right in the stomach, and you can hear it. The audio is clear as day.
They are behind my back.
Miami Beach police say it's not so simple. They say Allen created a disturbance in front of Club Mint, cursed at officers there, and when the officers approached him, they say Allen clenched his fists and came after them. They tased him, they say, to subdue him, and an internal affairs investigation cleared the officers involved of any wrongdoing.
Let's let the public decide whether or not they thought these officers were doing the right thing.
The one they shot me in the front's what knocked me down. And they just kept on and on and on and on and on. And I didn't think I was going to make it. I really didn't think I was going to come out of that alive. And I was begging them to please stop.
This is not an indictment on law enforcement or specifically any police department. It's about the specific officers on this night making bad decisions. You can see Mr. Allen's injuries. You know, he didn't do anything to warrant that.
Keep in mind this incident happened a block away from Club Mint. Allen and his friend had already walked a block away when the officers approached them, they say, to remove him from the street where they say he was causing another disturbance. He says he was just walking away and had already gone a block away when they approached him, and he didn't even realize, he says, what they were doing or why they were coming after him. He was originally charged, by the way, with battery on a police officer and assault on a police officer. Those charges were dropped, but prosecutors are going ahead with the charge of resisting arrest with violence. It's a third-degree felony. Allen turned down a plea offer because he says he wants to clear his name completely, even if it means going to court. We're live at the police department. Ari Adzer, NBC Miami Beach.